There are some things you need to know before you play team games in multiplayer. The most common games that are played in bar is 8v8. Now there are certain team rules and player rules that you need to understand first. The most common one is the backline. Most maps will have at least 2 dedicated backliner spots, and that should always be the air and eco player. The air player will start with bots, make energy, then switch to air for fighter screen. The air player will buy his T2 cons from the taker, and he should give transport to the taker. The air player is responsible for the fighter screen from up to 15 minutes of game time. Now the eco player will and should take as fast as possible. He will sell T2 or give if he's kind enough. With the transport gifted from the air player, sending T2 cons is not a problem. He has the biggest responsibility in the team. He will support the frontline with T2 or continue to take depending on the game state. A new player is not recommended to play at the backline because they don't have the experience yet to know what is happening all game long. I always see newbies in the backline not knowing what to do if the team is getting pounded in the front line. They either continue to make AFUs or make 10 nukes while the front line is losing. This is the tech and air player. Now we have the frontline players. Frontliners should be making units and not over defensive turrets. Turrets cannot move, units can move. They can rescue allies and attack enemies. There are dedicated siege units like artilleries to destroy the enemy turrets. The frontliner is responsible for holding the front and attacking the enemies in early game. As the game goes on to the end game, all the roles of air player, eco player, and frontline player will somewhat combine, like everybody is making T2 or T3, making fighters and anti-air, nukes, and all the in-game stuffs. This is the general idea of roles in a large team game. Now you heard me say sell T2, but what does it actually means? When a player has a T2 factory, you can ask him to make T2 constructor for you, but you have to give him metal to make that T2. If you see one of your teammates go T2 bot factory, give him 400 to 500 metal for him to make you that T2 bot constructor. If they made T2 vehicle factory, give him 500 to 600 metal, because vehicles cost a little bit more. So why do you want T2 constructors in the first place? If you are not fulfilling the role of a taker, you will definitely need T2 constructor because you are busy holding the front line. You don't want to leave your front line undefended while building a T2 factory yourself. A T2 factory costs about 3000 metal, and it will take forever to build that factory with only T1 metal extractors. With you buying a T2 constructor from your ally, which only costs 500 metal, you can upgrade your mexes one at a time while doing your stuffs in the front line. Then you can build fusion after. This method allows you to skip a process where you build a factory that will leave your production to zero. This is the most important thing you should know in every team game. The next thing you should know are the starting position. If you are new to the map and you don't know how to play that map, you can always ask your veteran teammate on where you should start. Or if you are in a completely noob lobby and no one knows where to start, you can check my other videos that talks about the roles, positions, and other map techniques. The link is in the pinned comment below. If you don't know how to play the map, ask your team captain. If you want to play a certain style or just want to try some builds, your team captain might get mad at you because you don't have the same goal. Almost all pro players, their goal is to win. And if your goal is to try something, maybe nuke spam or air start, I myself will get mad at you. Remember, this is a team game. It requires teamwork and cooperation. One member doing unnecessary stuffs will hurt the team so much. But before everything else, you should be able to defeat the barbarian AI on 1v1. You have to learn how to protect your mexes and expand. Facing a strong player right on your very first game can be intimidating. So try practice 1v1 on barbarian AI. And after that, watch or spec some pro players on their build orders. Try to copy them, try it on AI, then play on 8v8. You should expect that you will make lots of mistakes. Your team will yell at you in your first 8v8 match. Take the advice, but don't be emotional. Trash talks may hurt you, but you need to get used to it. Because someday you will be good enough that you will never receive any trash talks anymore. It's part of the process of being a noob in this game. I've been there and done that. I know the feeling, and I'm with you. And you will be OP if you subscribe now.